All right, howdy everybody, welcome. Hello, I am slightly early, if you will forgive me for starting a little earlier. I taught at a camp this morning and I came back, and then I have a lunch date with my wife, so I want to kind of jump in and get to this. So thanks so much for joining me. Hello, my name is the Brandt. This is Step into the Portal. This is the fourth game in the solo campaign series for Imperium. Imperium Classics, you'll see I have Imperium Legends, we'll talk about that in a second. So I've been playing through that. If you haven't seen any of the others before, go back and you can find on our channel or on BGG. I posted them all there as well. You'll see the first one where I teach the game, I teach the solo play, and I teach the solo campaign. So you can find all that information there. If you just want to get a feel or see where the campaign progresses to, then welcome. Hello, Matt. Hello, M. He says, hey, B. I say, hello, M. So there's that. So we're going to jump in here and play. So I have the Imperium Legends box in front of me. Classics over here a little bit as well, but I wanted to try to get a chance to show this off as well. So I'm going to be playing against one of the factions that's in here today, the Atlanteans. So I took this box out. So let me go down to the table. So here's the Legends box. So it's the same box. It has all the same pieces and components. You can actually buy this. It's not an expansion. It's standalone. And it has 8 different factions. So you'll see the Utopians and the King and the Olmecs and others, the Arthurians. I'm going to play against the Atlanteans today, rising from the ocean. And then the other cards, the tributary cards and the civilized and uncivilized cards, are mostly different. I think there's a few that are the same. And it comes with rules, and the rules are exactly the same for each edition. They actually say if you have this version or if you have that version. So either version works. It tends to be that most people will say, which one should I buy? And then people say, oh, you should buy Classics. And I think I tend to agree. I don't think factions are better than other factions, necessarily based on their star ratings in the books, but the ones in Classics in the beginning, those 1-star ones, do tend to be like focused around some basic things that are happening as well. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Glad you made it to the stream here. So I think Classics is a good place to start. I think it makes sense, but I don't think that if you play games of this nature and you bought Legends that you'd be in trouble. And I think that I've heard that Classics is harder to come by than Legends. We have both available at our store, so if you're anywhere near the Hartford, Connecticut area, or specifically Manchester, but that's a town just right next to Hartford, easier for people to pinpoint, you could stop by and we still have copies available if that's something people are looking for. So I'm pretty much just going to jump in today and work my way through. I'll go over the Atlanteans and talk through what I'm doing with them as I play. The big thing to note about the Atlanteans, I will not make the mistake I made last time. I'm going to try to play a little faster and talk through a little bit less of my turns, just to kind of get through it as I would as if I was playing by myself without a stream. So bear with me if there's anything that's confusing and you're with me live, put it in chat. The thing that's confusing and you're watching this later, just go ahead and put it in the video and I will answer your question to help you out as we go through. So there is that. So the big thing with the Atlanteans is I do ignore this ability, but I don't ignore. But they start as an empire, so they only have one chart here that we're going to follow. So that's one of the things that's unique about them is that they start as an empire. They never are barbaric, and they go from there. We are on the 4th one, the Sovereign, the same as the Imperator level. But during setup, give the bot resources. So they start with resources, and then they score 1 point for every 5 resources they have at the end of the game instead of every 10. So hopefully I won't forget that when we get there and whatnot. I'm going to start with this here, and then as I get used to the table, as I do, I'm going to move the chart. I'm going to move it off to the side here so it's not on the screen with me. All right? So we got the Romans that we are playing versus the Atlanteans. And I had considered trying to go for this other Roman strategy here, where when I look at cards, I get victory points. So I think I might try to do that, although I realize I've built my deck very much around gaining population. But I'm going to try to use that A side of the card this time, and if I fail, I fail. And that's how it goes. But remember, we have added cards to our starting deck. So we have added the Keen, which give us an increased hand size. We have added the Agriculture, which allows us to get extra resources for items. And then we've added Mysticism, which gives us another action. So we're actually in really good shape with those cards. We'll be a little slower to get built. But it was a narrow victory last time, so I am not sure that victory is well-defined. If I don't succeed, I may do the same as before and play off-camera to see if I win another game, just so people can see different factions and not see me kind of playing the same thing. I really want people to get a feel for what is happening here more than, like, to watch me do it. Hopefully helping people out. All right, so away we go. Thanks so much for joining. Don't forget to give a thumb up to the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that as well. Thanks. All right, here we go. It is our first turn, so we've got everything set up. So looking through here, we get 3 actions, and I feel like these 3 just make the most sense. So we're going to put Agriculture down as a pinned card. We're going to put Mysticism down as a pinned card, and we're going to put the Keen down as a pinned card. And so that will be... this will actually allow us to take a 4th action, so then we can play Triumvirate and break through. Oop, I did not put these underneath. So there is a city here, if we would like that. You're not going to play Glory, so we'll just take... we would search... No, we take top card off of here. So we'll just take this top card. The Elders, we can acquire a uncivilized card or break through for an uncivilized card, and all other players gain a victory point. All right, that might be useful to us. I'm not sure. And then this card is going to go into here. So again, watch my previous plays. You notice I didn't actually put my action tokens out and some of those other things. I did exhaust this card. So I'm going to get rid of Glory. I'm actually just going to keep these right here now, I think. And this ability that I have here says, whenever you look at any number of cards from the Fame deck, look at 1 additional card and then gain a victory point. So that's where that's happening. Also, I pushed things up a little bit, so my decks are up here, and you could just see the cards that I have displayed. Trying to do a little bit better with table space, so I pushed those up a little further. Got the camera just a little bit closer than the others. That's what we are doing here. All right, do we want to do this and break through for a card? I don't think I'm going to worry about that for now, so I'm going to discard that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This gets reset, and we add a victory token to something. This is going to give us resources and things we're looking for, so we'll do that. All right, here we go. We roll the die. They roll a 5. So theirs is going to go here. We will flip. So their first one is a Flood, which is the only thing I see on this is the the Empire tag. So it says, if able, history a played region to acquire any. Otherwise, break through for a region. Put this card into history. All right, so we're going to put this card into their history, and we are going to break through for a region. So they would then take this one that I put that on, and that would go on top of their deck. And they'll get this victory point, and we'll replace that with the Ionians. Next card is another Flood. So they haven't played any, so they will acquire another one here. And their next card is another one. Man, this is apparently what they're going to do all day. So they don't have any, so they're going to acquire this land. So they're really grabbing lands. And we will replace. And this one is going to be an Unrest that goes back in the pile. So pretty easy on me. That's going to go there. This card slides down, and we add cards. I'm going to have a whole bunch of regions that they're going to play next turn, so work that. All right, we'll keep that there for now, just so we don't have to move it back and forth. So I've got these Unrest in my hand, so I either have to discard 2 cards, or I have to take an Unrest. So I'm just going to discard these 2 Unrest cards here, and then I can play my cards that I have. So I will play Dalmatia, and I can garrison a card. I'm not going to worry about that. I will take a population. I will play Conquer, and I can break through for a region or for one of these. So return up to 2 from your hand or discard pile, put this into your history, or gain 4 resources. I think I'm going to take these Ionians, so I'm going to break through for them, which will leave that card there, and put a Jade Mask out. That is 1-2 actions that I've taken. I will free play the Ionians, which will return these 2 Unrest to the discard pile, and they will go here, and I have 3 points for them. And then I will play Prosperity. I will draw a card. They will also draw a card. I have a 4th action if I want it, so we'll look at that one. So this one I can gain 1 material, or I can gain population per regions I have in play. So I'm going to do materials, and I'm going to change it with this. So I'm going to exhaust this to change that to 3, so I get 3 materials. So I have those to play. And then I can play this Roman expansion because I can use this as my 4th action. Ooh, I forgot to draw an extra card last turn, so I should have had 1 more card in my hand. But we'll just keep the advance, and we'll do this one. So we will acquire 2 cards. We'll acquire this one, and then we will acquire this one, and this goes into here. Yeah, that's probably true. That's a good point, May. He says their land is flooding, so they need more. All right. Here we go. All right, so we reset, and then we got to remember our hand size is now 6 right off the bat. I'm not used to that. So we flip. We're going to add Gallia Aquitania. Aquitania, that sounds like Water World or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we won't be able to draw there. All right. Looks pretty good. We got a bunch of regions we're going to put out, and then we may start triggering that. I'm not sure. I might try to go for that and see how it works. Roll the die for them. They roll a 3. Oop, I didn't add 1 to the display. Do I want these Axumites? No. Do I want this one? Maybe. So I'll put it on that city. All right, their first card is going to be another Flood. So they don't have anything in play, so they'll go here, and they'll acquire this one. Their next card, and that deck is now out already. Their next card is going to be a region. So exile a card from the market, play this. So we're going to play this right here. And they will exile the leftmost card. And we'll put our exile pile over here. Get an urban development. Their next card will be a marsh. So we'll do the same thing. These first cards are going to go away a lot. It's a region, so it doesn't have an unrest. And their last card is going to be another one. So this card will be gone. Oh, and it's a mountain, so we're good. That goes there. That slides over. 2, 3, 4. So they're getting a lot of cards, so they're not going through their deck quickly in terms of all that. Let's see. Oh, I keep forgetting Solstice. Well, I guess I did it last turn, actually. So I either have to take an unrest, or I have to draw, or I have to discard 2 cards. So, it's interesting with what I have in my hand. Can I discard 2 cards? I may pull these back. It's interesting. These should have come back. I could get rid of this advance. Is there anything specific I want to break through for? Not really. So I will discard that, and I will discard one of these regions. I suppose this one. All right. So now on my turn, I still get 4 actions because of mysticism. So I'm going to play these 2 regions. One lets me draw a card and then exile a card. And I will exile the Axumites because they're worth a whole bunch. And put them in no one's out. Then my that's 2. Then I will do another action to play the City of Rome, which will give me another Solstice ability. Then I will exhaust Mysticism, so I can take another action, and I will play Glory. I will abandon these 3. So this is the card I was not playing before. Look at the top 2. This says look at the top 3 instead. And I also gain a victory point. So let's see what we get here in these Fame cards. Glory is free play. I can draw 4 cards if I am in the Barbarian state. I can draw, Barbarians. And I can develop at no cost if I am Civilized. That's pretty good, and it's worth 6 points. This card, I can just break through for any card I want. And this one, draw the top card and choose. This one's worth 7 points. Draw up to 4 cards. That doesn't seem super helpful to me. I like the develop at no cost if I can get there. I think I like... do I like this one for now? Let's try something different. Let's just do this one so we can cycle our deck more. So we'll put those 2 back on top. We'll put Marvelous into our hand, and we can draw the top card and either discard it or return it to top or put it in our history. So we don't really have a lot of population, so we'll discard that one for now. All right. So there's that. That's the end of our turn. We'll go there. When you draw your last card, where does it tell you the bot draws one as well? I think somewhere in the book for the solo mode it says that if the bot is supposed to draw a card, they discard a card. So that's where that is for them as well. All right, we'll put this on the mountains here. We really don't want them to get that. And then we'll draw 1, 2. We get another card from here because, sorry, these would reset first. So this will be Ratia. So now we're going to try to play those lands and get those and see if we can run that Fame pile out. Not sure if it's the best plan, but it's what's going to work. So, let's see. We'll have to get population at some point, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We will roll for the bot. 3. They're really piling on that spot. Here, we are going to put this region into play and exile a card. So we'll exile the Minoans, which is kind of what we were going for. Add the port. Then we will flip this card, which is another region. Wow, so they're getting lots of regions. They're going to exile the port and add the Sumerians. They're going to skip that one. This card is another region. I hope I'm not missing any of these. I should have paid attention. Nope, they have that symbol. I think we're good. Pinned cards come afterward. Yep. So they're going to play that one and exile a card from the market. So there go the Sumerians. So tributaries are not a thing. They're going away fast. And finally, the Atlantean Fleet. So that's none of these, none of these, none of these. So it's going to come down here. If able, history a played card. So whenever they do something to one of these cards, it's the most frequently, or the, not frequent, the last one played. So when I stack these like this, it makes it easy. So I can just take that one and put it there. To acquire any. To acquire any card. Do I think that means take any card? I do. I think it means any card. So they would acquire the one with their most points, which is this, worth 4. Matt is here with the levity for all of us. Thank you. Levity. And then does this card put this card into history? All right. Okay. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's their way of just getting any card. Good. This moves here. This slides down. And then we add. This is the first time they've gone through their deck. So they've got a very large development pile in terms of all those. But now they're going to play through their cards a lot unless they acquire more. So I'm going to start moving quick. All right. Back to us and Solstice. So we have to discard 2 cards. Again, this Conquer isn't going to be helpful to us. I do have 6 cards in my hand. Good. We've got the gain in action there. Don't really need this card. Could acquire another city. It's interesting if I get card draw or something. I don't really need the glory this turn, so I'll discard that one. Then I have 4 actions, and that one's a free play. So I don't really need to discard to gain other things, but I could cycle this card. So let me get rid of this card to draw a card with my City of Rome. All right, so I'm going to put these 2 out. So this one, I gain a material. The coast, I draw a card and exile a card. So I will draw another card. And I will exile this city, I guess. Should I just do this region? The city's fine. Then I will play Marvelous, draw the top card, and I can either put it back on top, discard it, or put it into my history. I'll just put it back on top. That one's a free play. Then I have Advance, and I have Prosperity. So let's go ahead and play Advance for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can gain a civilized or uncivilized card. I like that Pharmacy. Are we close? Not super close, but not super far. Yeah, so let's go ahead and break through for that one, which puts it into our hand. And then last, we'll play Prosperity. We draw a card. They draw a card. And then we will gain 2 population from that. I think. Oh, unless we want to go materials and just keep trying to get cards. Nah, let's go with that. All right, we're going to discard Pharmacy. That was exhausting this. Again, I'm not doing that. That's in my brain. So apologies if that seems confusing for all of these. Leavity. There it is. Got it. I was trying to make a joke. All right. 1, 2. We'll put Bread and Circuses. That one's definitely helpful. In here. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we'll get these ones out and play Prosperity, and then we'll be able to do Glory and try to gain that and see how we do with all of that in terms of those things. All right. So we add a token out here somewhere, I guess just to this one, and roll 6. So they're going to trigger all their cards this turn. All right, Unrest goes back. Unrest goes back. Corruption is going to be an attack. Oh, I missed that. Darn it. I apologize. On the Atlantean Fleet, they should have acquired a card and stolen one from me, and I recall a land. All right. So how am I going to do that? So they'll acquire what they acquired. They need to steal one from me. This should be shuffled in their deck. And I'm supposed to recall land. I don't know that I had any land out when they did that. So I missed the symbol on this. So I'm just trying to go back as best I can. Hopefully I'll do okay. All right, so they're going to acquire the most expensive one, which will be right here. Then they're going to steal a victory point from me. And then I recall one of my lands. I put one back into my hand. This one will let me draw a card, so we'll try this one. There we go. All right. And they keep that card. That's going to be the big to-do. All right. Hopefully we did okay. Unrest. Man, now their deck's really going to be small. They put this into play. They exile a card. That's it. I guess it's exiled and put into play. That is all their cards. 1, 2, 3. Gain another one. 4, 5. All right. Solstice back to us. So we have this bread and circuses. So I think I'm just going to gain an unrest this time for mysticism. And then I will discard it here in order to gain a population is going to be my plan. All right, so now I could play a bunch of cards. I'm definitely going to play bread and circuses here. Can I fit cards up above? I'm going to stack some of these things that I know what they do. Put my regions here. All right, so I'll play that for my first action. Then I'm going to play this one to gain a population. Then I'm going to play... well... I'm going to play forest. Do I want coast? Oh, forest is fine. I will play forest in order to exile a card from the market. So we'll get rid of this one. Placed a 2 with a 2. And then I can use mysticism in order to do prosperity? I think so. Unless I just hold it and I play both of those next turn, that might help. All right, so I'll play Gallia Aquintana, and I can garrison a card there. Do I want to put my Conquer there? Sure. So I'm going to try to hold my population for a little bit. I don't need to have a ton of regions anymore. All right, so we're going to try that. I don't know if I'm doing this as well as I've done, but I wanted to try to do something different, so we'll see. All right, so we'll be able to play that, and then hopefully Glory next turn, so we'll save all those. All right, so these all reset. Then we get a victory token, and we're going to put it on the hills. And then we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, if I did discard a card, I'd get 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's too many. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, so we have that free play, the advance. Okay. Should work out. We'll see. This might not be the best plan. All right, so that is set. Then we are going to be done with our turn. Yes, and roll for them. Yeah, I enjoy the complexity of running the other bot. Like, normally, I don't like playing solo games as much and things like that, but the fact that this one tries to run the bot like what they would do, again, I think I pointed out in a previous stream, like Gaia Project there does, I really like that. Like, it feels like I'm playing another player. And it's not true. It's not that I don't like... I have plenty of fun time playing solo games. I just, for the most part, would rather play with people, so this makes it feel more like a person. In terms of strategy. Unrest goes back. Moneylenders has the civilized, but it's going to trigger here. If able, history, a played card, a played land, so they're going to do that. And then put this card into history. Oh, man. They got like no cards in their deck. This one does the same thing. All right, so they're going to history one of these and history this. I don't know what happens when they don't have enough cards. All right, and then they will acquire any card. That one's worth 2, that one's worth 2, so they'll take this one. Then they're going to steal a victory point from me, and I recall one of my lands. Let's recall the one that gives me a resource this time. All right. My card goes there. This one slides down. 1, 2. They're going to take another card. Shuffle them up. All right. there we go. So then Solstice. So now I will take an unrest. I will, for mysticism, I will discard my... Ooh, that card could give me serious points, so we're going to acquire that one this turn. I will discard my advance for bread and circuses, and then I will put an unrest back from each place. And then I can discard a card to gain another resource. So I have glory. So the question is how many other cards I'm going to get to play. So one of these lands might not get played because I'll play these 4. I may even want to put this boat out. I really just want that boat for victory points. 1 per water or wheat. Okay. All right, so I think I'm not going to put this region out. I'm going to discard that to be able to gain a population. That gives me 5. Oop, 5 population. All right, so all that stuff is done. So then we're going to put Ratio, Rayatia, I'm not sure which, gain a material. That's our first action. Then we will play Prosperity, draw a card. It's the Pharmacy. They can't draw a card, so they don't. And I'm going to gain 4 population. That's my second action. Then I'm going to play... No, I can't play Marvelous, so that's okay. I'm going to play this one to choose to acquire or break through and give them a victory point. So I'll do that. So they get a victory point, but I get the boats for my third action. And then I'll use Mysticism to play Glory. And I will return these 3. Gain a victory point. And look at the top 3 on this pile. So what is that third one down? It's just points. Let's take just points into hand. Now, this one lets me develop at no cost. I'm going to take Glorious. Develop at no cost. All right. So we clean all this stuff up. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of Marvelous. We didn't put our boats out yet, so I want to do that next turn, I think. These are all discarded, so we're going to keep these. No, I don't need this one, actually. So we're just going to keep this 1 card. We're going to add 1 from here. It's an unrest. We're going to put a victory token here. Yeah, we'll go there. And then we will draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we got 2 more regions, and we could play Glory again with the boat. Although it'd be nice to play Prosperity and then do Glory, but if we're going to try to do this, we may want to just go all in on that. Did I not move that token up? I think I did not. And these cards got played face up. My bad. I didn't even see that. All right, this gets reset here. We are good. All right, so we'll roll for them. They roll a 5. This is going to go here. We're going to trigger their cards. So the fleet, they're going to acquire this card. I realized had they put that there, then that other one wouldn't have been there, but that's all right. So these 2 come here. Then the fleet goes... They steal 1. And I recall this card, which means that gets discarded. Rough. All right, they're going to play this region, which means they will exile this card. They are going to play this as a pin card, acquire something, and then put this into history. So 2 points would be right here. So they're going to acquire this card, which shouldn't have that below it. That's going to go in their history. And then they're going to attack me again. I haven't seen this Myth and Legends. I hope that's just somewhere else in there. All right, they will acquire a card. This one has a star, so they'll acquire this one. Steal a victory point from me. Man, I'm almost out of those. And then I have to recall something, which I can't. So that's what they're doing. That's a pain. And this stuff is running out. So we're going to keep going for that, because that seemed to be working well. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are done. All right, our turn. So we will acquire an unrest from mysticism. We'll discard it with bread and circuses and get rid of it from there. And then we will discard... Oh, man, we don't have the 4 for all these, huh? We will discard... Marvelous is just a free play. I guess the boats... Man, this is tough. We're going to discard Prosperity. And we are going to gain a population, because that's how we can earn victory points. So we'll go for that. All right. So we got 4 actions. We're going to keep it real simple. We're going to play these 4. So this one lets me draw a card and exile a card. Draw the forest. Exile this one. And put out the onager. The second one we're going to play is going to be Dalmatia, gain a population. And we can garrison a card there. They're just going to pick them all up. And then we're going to play this one where we can exile a card from the market. I think the shorter this game goes, the better I'm going to do with all those victory points. That's our third play. And then we'll play Marvelous just to see what this card is. So we will discard it. Well, no, we want to get these in play. So we'll take one of these. Oh, no, we can't. We'll just discard it so we can go through our deck faster. And then we will play Glory. We'll return these 3. And we will grab 3 off of here. There's only 4 left, so we're getting close on there. And then we can increase our hand size by 1 and get 7 points. That seems pretty good. And we gain a victory point, which we're just going to hand over to them. That is 5, and 5 is 10. 10, 10. There it is. Perfect. All right, that is our 4. The one here, what are we going to do here? We're going to play this next turn. We're going to play these, so we'll keep all of these. Do I care about this one now? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we've got a Glorious, we've got Elders, Advance, we'll probably discard this. We can't play the Pharmacy yet. So interesting how those cards are going. All right, put a victory point out. And we will add one here, because we want them to exile this card, if we can. Done. Roll. I always get stuck on that, like, am I done part. All right, they're going to trigger this card, which is going to attack me again. They're going to acquire, darn it, this card. That backfired. I wanted them to exile. Then they will steal my 1 victory point. Maybe I'm not making the best decisions. We'll have to see what these add up to for points. And then I recall one, which I don't have. So I guess in that sense, I'm actually playing them pretty well because I'm not leaving these out. I am gaining those victory points, but it might work well. Unrest. This is a pin card. So this one is going to be acquire and then put this card into history. So that's worth 1. That's worth 2. So they'll take this one. Maybe I am playing this well. Wait, where did that card just come from? Here? Yeah. All right, and then we're going to play this and exile a card. So they will exile this one, and we will add a card here. Perfect. This will move down here. This will slide. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and we move on to Solstice. So we have some cards to discard. We have this Pharmacy. So we'll take the Unrest. We'll discard it with Bread and Circuses. We'll put it back. And then we will use the City of Rome to discard the Pharmacy, and we will gain a population. Okay, so we're going to play Awe-Inspiring to increase our hand size again. We're going to skip Glorious. This one, I don't think we care about either. Advance, we could acquire one of these. So we will play the Boats. And the Boat that's going to be 2 cards played this turn. So maybe we will play this Elders and get that city that we could put down. I wish we'd get that one with 3 victory points on it. All right, free play, I can draw 4 cards. Is an option here. Sure. We'll play Glorious to draw 4. 1. Add the other Prosperity. 2, 3, 4. This will be out of our deck. That will go there, but it'll reset before we have to worry about it all. And now we have all these. Man. That was a free play, huh? So then we could conquer that land. So we'll do that. We'll give up 3 population. We will conquer this floodplain. No, we actually have to give up 2 for that. And then we will play Floodplain. You may put a card from your discard pile into your history. Sure, we'll put Conquer in there just to decrease the size of our deck. Exile a card from the market. So this 2-pointer will go. Bunch of 1-pointers out there now. And you may garrison a card here. So let's put a Prosperity there. We're really going to try to thin our deck so we can just play these glories over and over. We are going to discard everything. Let's go through the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is gone. Add a victory point to this card. Doesn't really matter. They're all kind of the same. And we're good. I do often add that victory point too late for people who are seeing that. I should technically add it first before I draw any cards. Wow, they got lots of unrest here. All right, the Metropolis is a pin card, so they're going to acquire. So this one's worth 2. They'll acquire that, and they're going to put that card into this card into history. Done. Nice and fast. We are going through this. It goes back. And the Egyptians, so they don't have any symbols, right? Tributary, nope. Place the top card from the Dynasty deck, that's this, into the discard pile. Put this card into history, so they develop for free. All right. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle up. 4, 5. So our market deck up here is down to about 6 cards. So I want to try to see if I can acquire these 3 before that runs out. So that's going to really be my focus now in terms of all that. Gain an unrest. Is there an unrest in here? Yes. So I will discard one of these lands. This one. For Bread and Circuses to put those back. Then I will discard another one. I really want to exile, I think, from the market, but that lets me draw a card, so we'll do that. And that will give me a population, which puts me back to 10, but I guess I'll hold for a little bit. All right. So 4 actions, Marvelous. We can look at the top card. We will discard it. So we're trying to really cycle our deck, and then we're going to play these 3. This one lets me draw a card, so Caesar goes in, so I become this, become an empire. Can that be seen? Oops, sorry, these are off the edge of the camera, I just noticed. And we draw. We free played that. Then we're going to gain a population. And then we're going to gain a material. And then we're going to play Glory using our mysticism. And that's going to pull these 3 back. We do that. We look at the top 3 here. And probably going to end up with most of these. Gain 1 action. You would put this card into your history. What do I do like that? That one's worth 11. Let's take this one. And we can actually gain an action this turn. So we'll play it, gain an action to put this one down. And we'll put this into our history where it's worth 6 points. All right, you may garrison a card. So those are all gone. We will put out a victory. Oh, wait, where was the one that let me exile? Draw a card, exile card from the market. I was going to get rid of this Oracle that's worth 5 points to them. All right, good. And then we'll take this and we'll put it here to make that one worth. We'll put it here so that if they acquire, they take more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't reshuffle. Oh, maybe because we became an empire. I don't know where that would go. Once you take the last card, does it go over here? I'll look that up quickly. Reshuffling your draw deck. State card to your nation deck. It's alright on your nation deck, or if you have none on your state. So I think I'm okay to gain something from here. So we have more materials at the moment. Put a card from your hand into history. This one lets me just draw a card. What's going to help me increase my hand size by 1? That is good. Also just got Trajan to just score victory points. 3, 6. That's just worth 4 victory points right now. This one would be worth 4 victory points, and then I just get to draw a card every turn. We're playing pretty fast here, so let's get Trajan first thing. 1, 2, and 1. So we will take him and shuffle him in. And then we draw 1 more card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. We got all those. We put our token out. So we're on to them. I'm just keeping this here, this game. It's moving pretty quick in comparison. What are we at? We've been live for 50 minutes, so that's a lot faster. I think my first game was like 1 hour and 45 minutes, so I'm getting that down. They're playing a little quicker. I'm playing a little quicker method. We'll see how long this goes. All right. So they're not going to play that card. They're going to play this one. Unrest. Easy. Next one. Oops. Diplomacy has civilized, so none of these. Place the top card from the Dynasty deck in the discard pile and put this card into history. Wow. So yeah, they can develop fast now. Cleito is not anything except civilized. So if able, play a history one of these cards to acquire any. So they're going to take a 2-point card. Yeah, there's only a handful of cards left in there now, so see how that goes. And then put this card into history. Oh, don't do that again. Acquire any. So they're going to take that 5-point card. There is 2 cards left there, so not too many turns. I probably got 2 turns left in me. They're going to steal one of mine, and I have to recall one of my cards here. All right. There's that. This moves up here. This slides over. So we just got to get victory points here, huh? Where we're at. All right, Solstice. We don't have any unrest, so we'll take an unrest. We will discard it and get rid of it, and then we can discard another card. This pharmacy is probably not going to be worth the action, so we'll just discard it. There. These elders could get me 3 points. This advance is no good. I don't have glory yet, huh? Draw 2 cards or acquire. All right, so let's play Julius Caesar to draw 2 cards and see if we draw glory. Haha, we did. He's going to go in our history. I can recall a card to gain an action. That'll be interesting. So we need 2 more of these out. So we'll play Dalmatia to gain a population. Oh, did I do that other one? I didn't. I would have discarded. Oh, wait, hold on. We discarded pharmacy to gain a population, right? We said it, but we didn't do it. I hope. Sorry. Small mistake. All right. We played Dalmatia. Then we're going to play exile a card from the market. We're not super worried about that right now. Then we're going to play Ratia. Gain a material. And we can garrison a card there. But are we going to play Glory? I think so. Then we will just play Glory to look at these 2. At this point, we'll just take the 11-point card into hands. We played 2. We played 3. These are gone. We gain a victory point. So yeah, we're doing this ability on the Romans, and I apologize, I didn't realize those cards were slightly off the edge of the table. So I don't have that big build that I had in the other games. Then we're going to play, I don't know if I actually want to exile a card, so I think I'm going to play Gallia Aquitania as my 4th, which would be with mysticism here. And I think I'm going to get rid of all of these cards because I'm not going to do prosperity anymore. So we'll do that. We'll hold this one to make sure we have one. We will put a victory point on this card. Actually, if they exiled, no, that'd be fine. 1, 2, 3. Draw through. So we have to buy a card here. And we're just going to buy highest victory points. So this one is worth 4 victory points. Actually, is there one worth 3 with just materials? Yeah, so we'll buy military engineers instead, just because we're getting to the end. We probably want to do that, so we'll keep 2. Oh, we didn't have another one. Never mind. Keep it simple. All right, and what do we have for cards here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. So we should be able to go through our deck a couple times. Did we draw a glory? No. All right, so let's see how that all goes. All right, we roll their die. 3. They're going to go here. They're going to flip this one, which is going to be history, one of these cards. Acquire any card. This one is worth 3 points, so they'll acquire this one. I don't know, I'm really intrigued to see how much those add up. That is 1 card left in the market deck. And what happens with this card? Put this card into history. Unrest. Unrest. And they're going to attack me. So they're going to acquire a card, which will be this one. That's going to be the last card, so I only have 1 more turn. They're going to steal one from me, and I have to recall this card. Darn it. All right, that card goes there. All right, so I have to see how that one goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Solstice. I don't have any unrest, so I'll just take it, put it back, and then I will discard this card in order to gain a population. Or do I want to draw a card? It's my last turn. Do I have anything to draw cards? Draw a card. Draw a card. Put a card from your discard pile into history. Ooh, I would like to get that for those victory points. So, you know what? Instead of gaining the population, we will draw a card. It is not glory. We will play Coast to draw a card. Exile a card from the market. So that has to be this city. Does it refill from this deck? No. So I think there's just nothing there. Then we will play... Do I have anything else to draw cards? Marvelous. We'll discard Prosperity. Alright, so now we just have to get cards here. I can't play that one. So I will use him to acquire this card. In the Unrest, I guess. And he goes into my history. Then I will discard 2 cards to get rid of the Unrest. That one's actually interesting if I do that instead. All players gain 2 materials, then I give each other player a card. So instead, I will give this card to them. Probably on top of their deck. And we each gain 2 materials. I don't know how that helps them out. And then I just don't have any cards I can play. Alright, gain a population and gain a resource. Alright, that is it for me. I will add a victory to this one. And they take their turn here. 3. So I don't think that's going to happen. Alright, so it's a pinned card. They're going to acquire something and then put this... Oh, see, I should have put this here if I was smart. Then it's worth 2 points. They would take that one. Little things I got to pay attention to. Alright, I got 20 victory points here, though, huh? Man. Get rid of an Unrest. Get rid of an Unrest. Darn. And this is a Civilized card. So they will place the top card from their Dynasty deck into their history and then put this here into their discard pile. Alright. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would get to acquire 1 more card here. I've got 3. Oh, man. Alright, so I've got to give up population. I wonder if I had a way to acquire 1 more material. Oh, well. So I'll just have that card. All right, let's add up our points first and see where we're at. See how we did here. I'm not sure. I wish I had acquired 1 more of these fame cards in terms of all that. All right, so is there anything with a question mark that I have? These are out. Don't need this. Stars, question marks, numbers, stars. All right, so this one's just worth 6 points if it was in my history, which it was. So I'm just going to pull these cards back. Do have a lot of star cards, which could be good. All right, so that's going to be 6 points there, plus I've got 3, that's 9. And then this one is for each water or grain. I don't think I have any here. All right, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14. And then this is per 3 pin cards in play. Oh no. All right. So it should not have picked that one up yet. I had 1, 2, so I'm at 14. I had this pinned, this pinned, this pinned. That's at least 1 point. And then I had these 1, 2, and I had Rome itself, right? Did I have that one in play? I had the other one. All right, so that should be 2 points. So 16. And then 2 per grain. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 122, 22. I'm not feeling so good about this. Per 10 cards. Okay. 22, 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's going to be 25 per 4 of these tokens, so 27 per 3 of these tokens, 29, and then hopefully that's where my points are, 30, 37, 41, 42, 53, 55, 64, okay, 75. All right, so 75 isn't too bad. 75, I feel pretty good. I got 77 last time. It was a much longer game, so I might do okay here. Let us see how we do. These cards are out for them, and they don't score their Atlantean card. So let's see what we've got here. We can just pick theirs up. 1, 2, 3, 7, 5, 3, I like that, 5, 7, 9, 10, 15, 20, 21, 24, 25, 30, 32, 37, 42, 47, 52, 62, 72, 73, 74, 75. It's a tie. Wow, that's amazing. All right, I may have to recount my points at some point. Okay, where is winning and losing? If you scored more points, the bot you win. If you scored equal to or less, the bot wins. 1 point. I better add up mine again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 22, 33, 34, 38, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. That was 659. That was 261. That was 6, 67, and 6 is 73. Oh, 74, 75, 76. Okay. All right, I will double check off camera, but I think that I beat them by 1 point. So that would be good. And then the question is, what do I want to do in terms of 76? I want to add it again, but I'm on stream, so I feel weird. I'll do both the points, and I will post what it actually ended up being, because I'll double check in terms of that. So what would I keep if I won? Do I like this pharmacy card? Is it time to cut a card? I think it's time to cut a card. I liked that kind of speedy version. I'm not sure if that's my best bet. So if I do that, I'd almost cut my prosperity card, or I'd cut my advance. It just seems weird to not be able to get to those quickly. I don't necessarily need the expansion if I have 3 starting cards. So that might be an interesting one. Although it keeps them kind of cycling. So I think if I did win, I need some resources. And it's really population. So I think if I did win, I'm going to cut. That's going to be tough for the last game if I try to do that same strategy. And I cut conquer. We're going to do it. We're going to cut. That's the one I can keep playing. Maybe I just get population and I don't worry about advancing. So we're going to cut advance and try to just do glory. That is if I won. I don't know. I apologize. It's a little bit off. Chance, Nigel, that if the bot was played as it should have been, it would have affected the points. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. No, I only missed on that one turn. I played the bot correctly. There was one turn early on that I missed, and I went back and pretty much corrected it. Maybe the shuffling of cards would have been a different order, so it should be all set. But yeah, I mean those are just mistakes that are gonna happen. Like in any game you're playing, you're with a board game where there's no computer to hold you to the rules. It's just somebody's bound to miss something. I've been playing a game where somebody goes, "Oh, I forgot to take those 2 coins from the previous turn." It's like, "Oh, take them. Oh, it might affect the blah, blah, blah," right? You just got to let people kind of do that, and that's part of it. So I apologize. I don't know the outcome, but I feel like sitting here counting again would not be the most exciting. Either way, I'm going to move on to the 5th one. If I have to play this off stream and get a win in, it would be my second loss. If it does end up being a tie and it's a loss there, but I think that I counted and got 76 on that second one, so should be good. I guess I need to recount them and make sure they have the right number, but that should be good. Didn't play the last one though. What did I do? End of the game, you put the bot's last card into the exile. This one here? Oh, I picked up that card and they had this one in there, so they would have had 3 points to beat me. Got it. Okay. I believe you had an unrest under a region near the end. Oh, you're right. I did do that too. Okay, so the bot won, so I will have to replay this. Oh, it was so close. I thought I did well in terms of that. But it sounds like there were 2 mistakes I made. It sounds like I got rid of one of their cards, their last card that was out there. That would make sense that I might have done that. And then somebody says I had an unrest under a region and they wouldn't have had it. So I'm going to go ahead and say the bot won, and this is a loss, regardless of counting the points with those. So that is my second loss. I will play game 4 off camera. If I don't get a win, I will let people know, but otherwise I will tell you how many losses I'm at. 4 losses means I'm out, so if I lose 2 more in a row, that will be that. I'll probably play the 5th one. Even if I lose, I'll let people know, just so we can see the 5th and see that last level. Again, for the streaming purposes and for showing people, I'd like them to be able to see everything more than like, ooh, did Brandt win or did Brandt lose, which I'm not as worried about. Oh, no problem, Steven. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Mike, for being here. Thanks, Nigel. Nigel's the designer, so thank you for joining me. And I think you're right. I think I did pick up that card that was face down. They would have had those 3 points. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and say the bot won without recounting, which I'm okay with. And so, like I said, I'll play this off stream and see if I can get a win, and then that will move me on to the 5th one. If I can, then I think I'm going to... Is that going to be a terrible idea, Nigel? If I remove advance and kind of try to shrink my deck and just go for population and glory, will I lose horribly? I guess it depends on who I'm playing, right? That strategy seemed to be pretty good against them. I wonder if I had played it even harder, because there's a lot of times I gave them victory points, but had I not been getting victory points, might have been interesting. So Overlord would be the last one there. So we will do that. Oh, thank you for telling me that the narration was good. Yeah, it's not something I'm super uncomfortable with, but you are always trying to stay aware that you have an audience that's watching you and make sure that you tell them what you're doing. But at the same time, with it being the 4th game, I want it to kind of move along so that it's not every thought process, since people have been following and watching. So there's that. All right, everybody. Well, that is the 4th game. That is a loss. Well, it's technically my 5th because I lost one as well. If you're keen to get to Empire, it's fine. Awesome. That's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to toss my advance if I win. So I'm going to have to go back and play again, and I'll let you know how that goes, and then I will play the 5th one. If I lose 2, then I will announce that before I do the 5th one. It's going to be... I'm a little tied up this weekend and everything, so I'm not sure when I'll get a chance to play the 5th. It may be next week when I do that, but I certainly want to finish it, so I will let everybody know when I'm going to do that. But thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for more things. On Friday night, I'm going to be on the One Stop Co-op Shop streaming channel. You can go there. I'm going to play Marvel Champions with Peter at One Stop Co-op Shop on Tabletop Simulator, and I'm going to play my favorite Marvel hero, Rocket Raccoon, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So join us at 10 p.m. Eastern Time if you can. I know there's some of you that are overseas watching in the UK, and that will not be a good time, but you can go back and watch it later. It'll be like 4 in the morning for you or something. So I'll be there, and I'm going to try to get other plays in as well. You'll probably see another Marvel Champions. That's pretty fast for me to stream. And I want to do Embarcadero still, and I actually thought I'd love to pull out Outer Rim, Star Wars Outer Rim, and do a solo play of that if I can get it in view. It's kind of a big game, so those are what you'll see coming up. And then next week, I'm going to be at the Portal. And, okay, Imperium is on TTS for people who want to do that. So go ahead and check that out on Tabletop Simulator if you are so inclined. Next week, I will be at the Portal live playing with Brian, who is the owner of the store. You've seen him on some streams in the past. And we're going to do Meadow. So we're going to play Meadow live. I think that'll be Tuesday, probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but you'll see that posted on the channel. So those are all the things coming up. I love to do live content, so there's that. Make sure you check out the Portal Gaming podcast as well, where you can hear like 170 episodes. I am like a month behind on doing an episode, so I need to do another episode there. There's one that's on the channel here that isn't posted on there, so I've been a little bit behind on all those things. But yeah, we've got tons and tons of episodes from 6 years of podcasting, or 5 years. I don't know the exact count. So you can listen to those episodes, and those episodes are mainly just reviews of games. So check them out there. And on an upcoming podcast, I'm certain you will hear a review of Imperium Classics and Legends, and you can check those out. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. That helps a whole bunch. And, of course, as always, subscribe and share with other people. I'm the Brandt. And until next time, I hope you step